Hi, I'm Stu from HiveMind Automation and welcome back to the Hive. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at these LIFX globes, specifically the LIFX Clean and the LIFX Color. As always, we're going to be taking a look around the box. We're going to open up the box and we're going to check out the native app and then integrate them into Home Assistant. So while I roll the intro, why don't you take a moment to subscribe? And if you hit the bell icon, you'll also get notified when I release new videos each week. While you're at it, check out the affiliate links in the video description so that you can buy some of the gadgets you see in my videos, and other ways to support the channel, such as signing up for NordVPN or contributing through my Buy Me a Coffee link. With all of that out of the way, let's get started. So I was in Bunnings a couple of weeks ago just browsing for something else and I saw these LIFX bulbs on special, and I'd been considering picking up the LIFX Clean for a while, and I've also been looking for another LIFX Color to use in a different room in the house as well. Now I picked up the LIFX Color for $39 on special, and the MSRP on the LIFX Color is $69.99. The LIFX Clean was $49 when I picked it up, and MSRP on the LIFX Clean is $89.99. Now I've reviewed LIFX bulbs before with the LIFX Plus, and the LIFX Plus also won our head-to-head light bulb comparison video. So I do rate LIFX as a brand quite highly. It certainly doesn't hurt that they're a Melbourne-based company. So let's take a look at the boxes. On the front of both, we've got the important detail that no hub, no bridge, just Wi-Fi is required. And the Clean also states that it's got antibacterial HEV light. That's high energy visible light. And it's also got this sticker, whites, colors, antibacterial in one bulb. And we'll talk about the HEV light a little bit later on. Both of these globes have 1500 to 9000 K color temperature and full color. They're both rated to 1200 lumens, 11.5 watt LED, which is equivalent to an 80 watt incandescent globe. And they're both B22 globes. On this side, we see that they work with Amazon, Google, HomeKit, and SmartThings. And there's some information about using voice assistants there as well. On the back, we have a bit of a blurb about LIFX bulbs in general, and the LIFX Clean has some other information here. So it says whether close to a surface or for a deeper germicidal effect or in an overhead light as supportive cleaning process, the optional HEV, that's high energy visible light setting, which is not ultraviolet light, is safe for us and pets, but not for bacteria. And there's some other information about how to use it. So to turn on the cleaning cycle, click the magic icon in the LIFX app and run it for at least an hour, and it can help kill up to 90% of Staphylococcus aureus and E. coli on surfaces, depending on the distance and the time, and to learn more at lifx.com. I'm going to zoom in here as well, and we can see some additional details such as a 210 degree beam angle. They're both A60 globes and the dimensions are 63.5 by 63.5 and the color is 114.3 millimeters tall and the Clean is 116 millimeters tall. I'm not sure why the Clean is a bit taller than the other one. We'll zoom back out. On the last side, we have some more marketing material, some suggestions on how we can use the scheduling functions, and to check out the LIFX app for our iOS and Android. And lastly, on the bottom, so we'll just look at the bottom of one of these. We've got 100% light in less than 1 second. Restriction of hazardous substances compliance, RoHS, which means it's lead-free, solder, and some other hazardous substances are removed from this. Minus 10 degrees Celsius minimum starting temp, 2.4 gigahertz for the Wi-Fi, some European and Australian compliance symbols on there. It's 25,000 hour rating. It's got Wi-Fi 802.11 BG or N, 100 to 240 volts at 50 or 60 hertz. We shouldn't be throwing it in the regular trash. And need help, visit support.lifx.com for assistance. It's built in China. Some info on Li-Fi Labs, copyright details, registered trademarks. It says here also that it's suitable for damp locations, but not suitable for use in totally enclosed, recessed luminaires. Wi-Fi and internet enabled smart devices supported. Lasts up to 22.8 years at 3 hours per day average use. Visit lifx.com for more details, and cannot be used on phase cut dimmers. So that on the top of the box as well, we just see here that it was designed in Melbourne, Australia, which is also a nice touch. So with all of that out of the way, let's get one of these out of the box. I'm going to concentrate on the LIFX Clean because that is obviously the one with the more features, and we're also going to be checking this one in Home Assistant later on to make sure we've got access to the clean function. You've seen me set up something similar to the LIFX Color with the infrared function before. So I'm going to just cut the sticky dots. We've got 3 sticky dots on 3 edges of the top of the box. So I've just cut those 3 sticky dots, and I will open up the box. We've got a pink love heart there, got an eyeball there, and a getting started guide on top with some instructions. There's a test card in here, which says to test the HEV function of your new LIFX Clean, place the reverse side of this card under your light and see the magic happen. So that'll be interesting. I'm guessing that this is going to glow under the HEV light. So we'll test that out a bit later on. We'll pull up this flap here, and we have the light bulb itself in here. So as with the other LIFX bulbs that we've tested in the past, this is a light bulb. There's really not a lot to say about it. LIFX bulbs do have this kind of a squared off top, which is interesting that they still manage to get a 210-degree beam angle out of this shape. Looking around the globe, there's the compliance info, don't throw it out, more compliance info, LIFX color. This one says LIFX color. That's concerning. This is supposed to be a LIFX Clean. It's RGBW, 1200 lumens, Wi-Fi bulb, etc. So there's not really a whole lot to talk about out of the box. Let's plug it in and test it out. So I've just got my light bulb test rig here set up. I've just plugged it in and it's turned on, and it's turned on to the kind of standard warm white. It's fairly bright. This is an 11.5 watt globe, so it is going to be fairly bright. And I'm going to head over now to, I've got my iPad here with the LIFX app open, and I'm going to click on the plus symbol down the left here, and I'm going to add a new device. I'm going to add a new light, and it says welcome. We'll walk you through the steps to connect your device to the LIFX app. We'll go next. It would like to access my home data. We'll hit OK. That's going to let it access HomeKit, and it's saying select a device. My device doesn't show up. It's searching for it. Let's see what's going on here. So I might need to take a look at the quick start guide to see how we're going. So I'm going to click on my device doesn't show up. It's asking me to go to Wi-Fi and the settings, select the device under other networks. So let me go to my system settings, and I'll go to Wi-Fi, and we'll see if we've got a LIFX Wi-Fi in there. So I've just reset the LIFX bulb by disconnecting it or reconnecting it 5 times, and that's then cycled through red, green and blue as well. So I'm going to click on new device again in here, and then new light, and then next, and see if it is now discoverable. We might need to put this onto a 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi, much like we did with our whiz bulbs. Okay, so we've got set up a new device. So I'll give that a second, but what we should be able to do is click LIFX Clean, and then it says LIFX Clean is an accessory. Do you want to add it to your Wi-Fi network at home? I'll click Add to Home and Wi-Fi, and it's taken us over into our HomeKit app, and it's asking to scan the details of the accessory. And on the back of the Quick Start manual, we have the code. So I'll just hold that up to the iPad camera there, and it's saying Light, Add to Home. Okay, so it actually took a bit of doing to get it to connect. So what I've done there is on the iPad, I'm connected to the HiveMind IoT network. That's a 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi. I tapped the plus button in the top left corner of the Home app and then scanned the QR code on the back. I don't know why it's not as easy to set up this time, but very, very strange. I'm going to set this LIFX Lite, the LIFX Clean, as being in the on suite. I'll tap Continue, and I'm going to give it a name of and we'll tap Continue. And I'll just tap Continue on that. I won't add any automations, and I'll tap Done. And now hopefully if we go back to the LIFX app, we see we've got the LIFX Clean there, and it's gone and disappeared on me. I might need to just close and reopen the LIFX app. Enable. Okay, so we now see we've got the LIFX Clean, and it says almost done. So if I tap that, it's not quite ready yet. So to unlock the features, including voice schedules and more, we need to complete the setup. So I'll tap Complete Setup. The location, I'll add it to My Home. We'll tap Next. For a group, we will put it in, I will create a new group called On Suite. Tap OK on that, and we'll tap Next, and the name we'll call this, and we're ready to go. So we can either add another device, or we can set up Google, Amazon, or HomeKit. We'll tap Done on there, and now if I get, so now that we have this camera back, we've got the LIFX Clean here, and I'm just going to change back to my other Wi-Fi, and we should still be able to connect to this. So I'll go back to the Force. So what we should see now is we can change through the colors. So the warm white, very cool white. We've got the colors as well. And as we suggested when we looked at the box, if we tap the magic symbol here in the top right corner, and we can set a clean cycle. I'm just going to set it for, we'll make it a 10-second clean cycle, and we'll activate that, and it's gone to this high energy visible light, and I'm not sure if that's coming through on the camera, but you might see that the sticker is glowing a little bit under that light. I'll do that again. I'll do this for 30 seconds, and we'll activate that again. And we'll zoom in. And as I say, you might be able to see on that second camera, as with all of the LIFX lights, we have all sorts of different things in here. We've got colors, whites, themes, and a color palette. And if we go to the three dots in the top right, we've got some other light settings. We can update the firmware. We can make sure it's connected to the cloud, change the location, the group, the clean cycle defaults as well. So we can change the default duration, say to 1 hour if we wanted to. The default of 2 hours is probably about right for where we want to put it. We can see the Wi-Fi strength, the firmware, and even reset the device if we want to, or change the name. Okay, so now that it's paired to the LIFX app, let's get it into Home Assistant and see whether or not we've got access to that cleaning function. So over in Home Assistant, we can go to Settings, and we can go to Devices and Services, and we may even see in here, no, we don't see it there. Actually, if I take a look at the LIFX integration here and click on 7 devices, we actually see here that we've got LIFX Clean 6E1016, which is the number that we had. So if I dig into that, we can change the name. I'm going to change that name to just LIFX Clean. And the area, I'm going to put that in the ensuite. Add new area ensuite. Add and update that. Do we want to rename? Yes, we'll rename. Okay, so now we've got ensuite LIFX Clean. I can click on the controls here and open that up. And we've got details, history, LIFX Clean brightness. So we've got either temperature or color. So if I go to temperature, we can go to very warm white, very cool white. And in the effects section, we've got color loop, pulse, and stop, but I'm not seeing the clean function. So that's a little disappointing that we don't have the clean function there. It's plausible that we could maybe find in the color wheel something that would output that high energy visible light, but I think we could probably just stick with using the LIFX app, which is fine anyway. So that is the LIFX Color and LIFX Clean bulbs, both paired with the LIFX app and paired with Home Assistant. As I mentioned before, I'm a big fan of the LIFX products. The pairing with Home Assistant is so easy, a child could do it, and in this instance, we didn't even have to pair it with Home Assistant. It was just automatically discovered by the LIFX integration. These lights are really bright. They've got a great color rendering index, and they have one of the widest color temperature ranges of any of the smart bulbs that I've ever tested. The jury's still out on whether the cleaning function is going to be any good, and without having that available in Home Assistant, it's going to be a little bit challenging to really test that out. Being that it's explicitly not UVC, I can't be 100% sure that this HEV light is going to be effective at killing bacteria without running before and after cultures. And I'm not a biologist, so I don't think before and after cultures are actually going to happen. Regardless of any of this, I'm going to be putting this LIFX Clean in the ensuite bathroom, and I'll set up a schedule to run that cleaning cycle on a daily basis. Be sure to let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. That is all we have for this video, and I do hope that it helped you in your home automation journey. Be sure to comment down below with home automation ideas you'd like to see me cover in future videos. And don't forget to follow HiveMind Automation on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. If you liked this video, hit the thumbs up button down below to give it a like. And if you're not already subscribed, please consider changing that now. While you're at it, if you hit the bell icon, you'll also receive a notification when I release new videos, and that's normally every week. If you are in the market for a VPN provider, there is an affiliate link for NordVPN in the video description as well. I've chosen to partner with NordVPN because they have the best infrastructure of any of the VPN providers I've seen. They have a strict no-logs policy and servers all over the globe. On top of that, they have apps for just about every platform around, including Windows, Mac, Linux, iOS, and Android. So no matter what platform you're using, you can help to protect your personal and sensitive information while you browse the web, even on unsecured Wi-Fi. So get a VPN today and use my link below to sign up for NordVPN. Lastly, if you enjoy what I'm doing here and you want to help to support the channel, there is a Buy Me a Coffee link in the video description down below. Contributions that you make through Buy Me a Coffee are put towards making more and hopefully better content for you to enjoy. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Stu from HiveMind Automation, and I'm looking forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.